Hello folks and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Monaco, What's Yours is Mine by Pocket Watch Games, a very hotly anticipated game that's been in development for quite a while, and I have had the privilege to try this one a couple times along the line. So we're finally at the point of a Steam release and very shortly an Xbox Live Arcade release. And this is one that I definitely think is a bit special, and I think you're probably going to want to check out at some point if you haven't already. And chances are you've probably heard at least a little bit about it. So it's a top-down crime caper type simulator. I don't know if simulator is the right word, but a fun little game where you can basically team up with a bunch of other compatriots and go rob some people and use each person's individual skill to the best of their ability. And the part where the game really shines is in that sort of Ocean's 11 aspect where all the different traits of the different characters come together to form a pretty nice little symbiosis between each other. So let's very briefly check out the options menu, set up our controls. I love the stylized 360 controller, and the UI in this game is very nice in my opinion. The settings, got our resolution set up all good to go, music, voice chat, vibration. There is a colorblind mode, which is always a nice feature, and I think more games should have that, so props to the developers for that. And there are leaderboards and achievements, of course, but let's just play some. Let's start at the very beginning. You'll see I have a few levels already unlocked. I actually did a video with a fellow YouTuber and indie advocate, Italics, Gamer's Descent. You may know his channel. He does a lot of good stuff, so we put that up earlier today, and I will include a link to that video so you can go check that out and see some multiplayer, because I think that's where this game really shines, is in that element. So we get to pick which of these, so far 4, and I think there's a total of 8 or so, either 8 or 9 different characters you can choose. So Locksmith is very fast at picking locked doors and safes. The Lookout can detect distant enemies while sneaking. The Pickpocket has a pet monkey that collects loot. And the Cleaner can knock out unsuspecting enemies. So ideally, you would grab a group of people that all have some sort of traits that complement each other, and in essence, really, you can't go too wrong, because they all do something useful. People are joining my game. That's actually not what I intended to have happen. I wanted to play offline, and I forgot to switch that over. So, well, there you go. Now you see how easy matchmaking is. So shout out to those guys that just joined me. Anyway, sorry about that. I didn't mean to start a game and then immediately leave. So, daily... we don't need to look at leaderboards. So let's look at the story here. Psst, he says, they shipping you guys off tomorrow. I'm to be deported, and they will throw Hector in a zoo. Relax, Chief, I can get us out of here. Yeah, the ever-vigilant Locksmith. The Cleaner doesn't have much to say. Psychopath coming too? Better not make a sound. Escape from prison while the storm lasts. Ready? I'm ready. You guys ready? Alright, so moving around in Monaco is super simple. Basically just left stick to move around, and then we've got most of our controls happen just by running right into stuff. So you can see I can very quickly unlock all this stuff, being the locksmith that I am. And our objective, I should say, is to collect all the gold and watch out for guards. So there's a really great system for seeing viewpoints here. We can actually look through all of these surfaces, sort of like in Mark of the Ninja, where you can see what's available. And the same sort of goes for the guards as well. He's writing a letter to his mom and dad about being a prison guard. So let's hold left trigger to do some sneaking. And we can actually bring up, see it says cell block 4, and that's how many pieces of gold we've got left to go find. We don't want to bother him. I don't need to sneak at this point. And that would be all 4 of those. So the cell block has now turned off to 0, and we've got just over a minute on our timer, and I believe there are like speedrun or time trial style challenges to it. So things, of course, start quite simple, being, you know, a tutorialized type of game as it needs to be. I think it's not a particularly complex game in general, but there are some nuances that are worth exploring. So we just disabled some lasers there, and we can check. The tunnels have 1 bit of gold, although I don't know that I can get to it right now. I might have to come back for it from another angle, or maybe have to come back with a different character. Who knows? Well, somebody knows. Just not me at the moment. Oh, there it is. Never mind. So I actually made that pretty accessible. I have played through this already. Just to give you an idea of my experience, this is actually my 3rd time playing the game. But all the other times I've played this multiplayer, so it's interesting to see how this works in single player. And I think, honestly, multiplayer is where it's at with this game. If you're going to get this one, you'll probably want to play it with some friends. Ideally with voice chat so you can coordinate. Things get to be pretty wacky after a while. There's a lot of chaos that ensues once all of you start getting tracked by guards. You'll get different sort of power-ups. You can get a shotgun or like smoke bombs or a variety of other things. I believe there's like C4 later on in the game. But yeah, the level of chaos is really where it's at for me anyway. Oh, hello. He kind of maybe saw me. That's okay though, because he didn't see me well enough to really do much. So where's the gold that I'm missing? There's still 4 more pieces. See if we can just sort of sneak around this guy nonchalantly. Doesn't seem to be any gold in here. You can't even see. Oh, okay. There it is. For some reason, I thought that was the end of the level already. So just hack that laser, turn off the lights. And you can see it's got a lovely stylized art style. There's 3 more pieces of gold, huh? I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. I should stop doubting myself. Alright, so we've escaped in the van. I'm sure I could easily time trial that whole level in probably barely a minute if I really wanted to. But that would be a talent save for another day. So hijack at the hairpin. I didn't unlock my favorite guy yet. We're going to do that now, though. My favorite guy is the mole. He can dig through walls. I think that's a great thing. So you can kind of make your own level out of it by digging where people wouldn't expect you to be. We need passports, money, friends. Cleaner doesn't say anything ever. You guys remember the thick fella from cell block B, the one who dug the tunnel? Nobody locks up Mole. Mole has Freedom Spoon. Yeah, apparently he's connected. Interpol is transferring him to Clairvaux by bus. If we can hijack that prison transport, we should have all the friends we'll ever need. The mole is connected to the criminal underworld. Rescue him from the hijacked prison transport. Ready? I'm super, super ready. Let's get some gold while we're at it, and maybe a shotgun. So once we get a gun, obviously options are going to open up a little bit. It actually controls a bit like a twin-stick shooter, so I can control my body movement independent of where I'm aiming. This game definitely probably shouldn't be played as a shooter. Those 2 words don't really go together, but you know what I'm trying to say. I think the ideal is to sneak around a bit, and that would be all for this area. Oh, well, okay, didn't have a chance there, so I guess I'll play it like Liam Neeson or Jason Statham might. Up to the railway. Grab another bit of gold and some more over here. Later on, there's safes you can crack, and you'll actually get like big piles of gold at once, or there's like cash registers you can open up. It's a very interesting aesthetic, though, too, when it comes to the layout. You know, the game actually, like the play area, it sort of looks like a floor plan, like we're almost looking at a schematic drawing. Now, how crafty are you, dude? Well, if I go in here, I can just sneak around the other side, and we should be just fine, because he's going to go in there. Oh, I think he's on to me. I was trying to be sneaky, but evidently that's not always that easy. So let's see if he shoots out. As long as there's some way to play Ring Around the Rosie with these guys, you're pretty much safe. I think we're going to be just fine. It's actually pretty useful that they show like where the doors are and how they open, and you can see all these little bits about like what you can't normally see when it's off your radar, or out of your line of sight, I should say. What's going on now? And some really nice stereo sound as well, and the music and the accompaniment is really well done as well. Pretty much everything from a polish perspective is, the whole package is really put together quite nicely. Alright, running out of gold here, hopefully. Oh, there's still a big pile of it down there. This guy's kind of dumb. Let's see if we can sneak around this way. Where are you going? Don't get any ideas now. Oh, he sees me. It's alright. I'm not worried. I'm a criminal mastermind. I'm just going to do the old bait and switch. And he will have no clue where I just went. So I will just continue to rob him blind. We've got 4 more bits of gold to grab. Whoa, hello. Yeah, probably not good that I just ran over that bird. Uh-oh. Oh, got a murder. Sorry. And the wacky caper music kicks in. Oh, I feel kind of bad. I don't know what he's doing with his buddy over there. He was, like, trying to pick up his bones or something. So I could heal myself with that. I totally didn't need to, but I chose to anyway. And the last bit of gold. So that is now complete. We just need to make our way to the exit, which is down at the bottom right. Okay. Now, oh, they're both going to be hanging out right there. Thankfully, it took them quite a while to notice if I was coming. And probably not just stand on top of that broken police vehicle. There we go. Alright, so here we go. This is the mole. So we're going to meet him and see... Okay, so we immediately assume the role of this character. So his talent is that he can dig right through walls. Makes him very, very useful in a group. Especially if you have a situation like that where there's gold hidden on the other side of a wall and you can't really do a whole lot about it. Alright, cleaned out, and out we go. So that was Hijack at the Hairpin. Pretty easy, pretty short level. Nice little modular feeling to it, and we've already unlocked the mole. One of a group of very brilliant, astute criminal masterminds, which we can put to use in any way we see fit. So why don't we just do one more level, and I think you guys get the idea of what this game is generally about. I'm not sure how many levels there are, but it seems like there's probably a pretty good number, and then when you add in the multiplayer modes, you know, the time trials and the leaderboards and all that, I think there's quite a bit of game to play here. There we go. Dirty criminals rescued Mole. Mole is grateful. No time to talk, gotta find passports, get out of Dodge. Embassies have passports. 3 embassies in Monaco. Lebanese is least secure. You have intel on this place? Mole has done this before. Steal passwords from Lebanese embassies so you can escape the country. Ready? Super ready. I like the Mole. He seems to be the most in the know as well as one of the most useful in my opinion. So let's grab a smoke bomb. And whenever we choose, we can detonate that sucker and hopefully create a screen of smoke where we can obfuscate ourselves from whatever's going on. So the cool thing about the Mole is he is completely off the rails. Like, he can go anywhere he wants. Well, within reason. I mean, you can't go digging outside the borders of the level. But I can completely re-engineer the path that you're required to take to get through this if I choose. And it leads to me being able to disable lasers that maybe I wasn't normally allowed to. Now, if I had a cleaner with me, I'd be in a really great spot because this guy right here would be completely vulnerable. As it stands, I made kind of a dumb move there because I didn't really have a whole lot I could do to disable him effectively. I mean, I have a smoke bomb, but that wouldn't really do much for me right now. Let's grab that gold from right behind him, see if we can unlock this. I could just as easily dig through a wall, but if I dig through a wall, it's going to make a loud sound. I don't want to, you know, alert these guards who right now are in a state of just complete blissful unawareness to all that's going on around them, which is so often the case when it comes to guards. I don't know what their deal is. They just seem to always be daydreaming in pretty much every game I've ever played. I mean, their one and only job is to be aware of things, and they seem to just be very poor at that job. Alright, so how can I best emphasize my usage as the Mole here? Probably not by digging through any of those walls, because honestly that's just going to get that guy all upset. All flustered. Alright, let's go through here. Thankfully, it seems like all the guys can do some sort of lockpicking work, because that would be a problem if you always had to have one of them. Alright, that laser disables itself for a few brief moments, just long enough for me to sneak through. Wow, that actually triggered when I was over it, yet it didn't seem to do much. Alright, this guy's busy reading something. Let's just go through this door real quickly and quietly. That was my chance to get through that laser. Chose to miss that opportunity. There it is again. And there's that one. So I happened to line that up just right, so I actually got to the second floor just in time to not have to backtrack at all. Second floor, use computers to hack security. So this is still sort of tutorializing what the game's about. And doesn't quite really ramp up until later on when the guards start getting shotguns and weapons. 'Cause right now the guards are not harmless, but like it's not going to probably kill you right away if you get in a scuffle with them. And usually you will, although in this position you can kind of Pac-Man your way around through all these desks and areas, so you're not really in too great danger. The computers will actually come back to life, or rather the lasers I should say, although that was timed pretty well. Alright, that should be all from that spot. I'm remaining to, or continuing to sneak this entire time by holding left trigger. That's kind of bad. Alright, this guy seems to be going around the back part of that. That guy, I think... Oh, they heard me. I'm going to very astutely sneak beyond that door. Hopefully they've already lost track of me. So again, they're not super smart. Alright, done a little bit more hacking. And I feel like in some ways I don't have a ton to talk about when it comes to critical, like critical review of this game, because it's so well done in terms of what it's trying to accomplish. I don't really feel like I have a whole lot to say. I just feel like we're kind of involved in the game, we're enjoying it, things are going on, and it's just well done. So I mean, as far as I can tell, from what I've played, this game definitely seems to be worth the money. It is going up on Steam for $15. There was a little bit of discussion amongst me and Italics about whether or not that is worth the value. I think it probably could have sold more copies had it been marked at $10, but at the same time, there's a lot of development time that went into this game, and I'm sure they need to recoup their costs, and it's not like you're not getting your money's worth. There is a lot of game here. Again, between the single-player, multiplayer, and many, many different combinations of how you can approach each level. Alright, so we need to make our way forward to the next area, which... Oh, that was a really bad move. What am I doing? I'm kind of blocked in here with all these lasers. I guess I can try and hack this. Is this guy going to come checking out what's going on? There we go. Sneak right behind that guy. And I guess the other guy is right outside. Oh, okay, this just leads around. One complaint I have occasionally is that... Oh, okay, gotta be careful. The, when you... Oh, hello. Just ran right into that dude. When you walk through vent shafts and such, which often take place over top of other tiles, not so much in this map, but I think later on there are some vents that actually cross over areas you can walk in normally. That can be an issue sometimes. It's hard to tell, really, depth-wise, where you always are, but there is that nice dotted line, which is pretty handy on the schematic map. So, I mean, it's not a game killer by any means, but it just, I think it could be streamlined or simplified to some degree. You get used to this, you know, top-down 2D style perspective, and things start to get a little complicated in my head when I'm dealing with depth on top of all the other stuff going on. Because, I mean, it's not an overwhelming game per se, but the art style can sometimes lead to the game being a little bit cluttered looking. And I don't mean that to be super negative, because honestly the art style really is quite attractive. But at the same time, there can be a lot going on, and you just have to kind of restrict yourself to what you can see at the moment, and try not to get too caught up in all this stuff going on outside of your field of vision, but at the same time, you do kind of have to plan for that as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this problem. This is not good at all. I could probably smoke bomb at this point. I might as well do that. Hopefully that's going to buy me enough time to disable this laser. Maybe not. Okay, sure, now it's time to run. He got in a few good whacks with that baton there. I think we're going to be fine as long as I continue to run. Alright, that guy is still unaware that something's going down. Let's head back to the car. I don't believe these guys can follow you from floor to floor, so that's kind of good for me. And I should probably make better use of the mole's digging abilities. Just right here, I feel like I'm kind of trying to play by the rules a little bit, as I don't want to alert too much suspicion here if I can. Well, if I can avoid it, I mean. So I just gotta make my way back through all these rooms, and then head back downstairs. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, you're fine. You can't find me around that corner. I'm absolutely gone. Alright, so one more computer terminal stands between us and an exit of this floor. That's not where I really wanted to go, honestly. Let's go. Can we... Whoa, 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 whoa.
Quoi?
Right within that guy's flashlight. Alright, let's just bounce through the alarm then. 3, 2, 1, and out. Again, good thing they can't coordinate between floors, or I'd be in pretty serious trouble right now. Let's just dig my way through this wall. Probably save me a couple moments. That was a very loud sound. So, word to you guys, if you don't know about this already, yeah, don't make really loud sounds when you're trying to sneak around undetected. Can't tell if I'm trying to dig through the truck or what. Anyway, I got through that. I believe I got all the coins there. Cleaned out, yeah. And we will proceed in the story. Well, I will later. You hopefully will if you want to go pick up a copy of Monaco and see what other characters we can unlock. I am told there is a pretty epic climax to this game, finale, that is definitely worth seeing. So I don't want to spoil anything, but you guys should definitely see where that goes. Oh, look at all the trophies I've gotten here. That's nice. So anyway, go check out Monaco. It will be, purchase links will be in the description of the video for you to go check out if you want to go visit the Steam store for it. Again, it will be coming to Xbox Live at some point. It was supposed to come out, part and parcel with the Steam release. I guess it got delayed for whatever reason. But I definitely recommend bringing a friend or 2 or 3 if you can. I feel like the sweet spot is probably 2 players, but it supports up to 4. So if you want to bring a couple or 3 friends with you, that is definitely a possibility, as long as you guys aren't going to screw each other over, which can happen quite easily in Monaco if you guys want to just set off the alarms for each other and make life super difficult. So probably you want to take it semi-seriously. Well, I mean, it's up to you. Play however you want. But anyway, I find that the game is most rewarding when you get some people who want to actually form up a decent posse with complementing abilities and see about navigating your way through. It's also probably pretty cool once you unlock all the characters to go back to the original levels and see how fast you can get through them with a group. Because I imagine if you're all particularly good at your skill sets, you can really streamline the level progression quite well, which is, I think, a really nice sort of emergent quality of Monaco. The fact that you can go back and revisit the levels with other characters and different abilities. I'm not going to say it's a Metroidvania trait, but, there are some parallels to be drawn, of course. So that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you go over and visit my website, which is indie-impressions.com, so you can stay up on all the news with the channel. Every new video will be posted there, as well as you can check out the archives of all the old ones, which are neatly sorted by genre, by distribution method, by payment style. If you just want to check out the free games or the Steam games or the Desera games, those are all a click away once you get over there. I also got some forums over there, so if you want to go visit, start a conversation, join one, or just meet some cool people, that is entirely within the realm of possibility. I also have a Facebook page for the show, which is facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you'd like to go leave a like on that page, that is entirely up to you, but you will get every day's new video delivered into your Facebook stream, as well as general channel updates, news, contests, game giveaways, and such. Only takes a second and does help me out, so if you don't mind, if you want to do that, give it a shot. Other than that, if you want to get in touch with me about possibly checking out your game on the show, if you're an indie developer, the quickest way to reach me is send me an email via the contact form on indie-impressions.com, or if you want to just start a conversation, say, hey, see what's going on, discuss just about anything, I have a Twitter handle, which is @RockLeeSmile, and you can just go by and, send me a picture of your cat or whatever. I'm totally fine with that. So that is pretty much going to do it. Make sure you check out the description for all my social media links, as well as the download link, or the purchase link, I should say, for this game. And I hope you do come back again tomorrow, because I do a new video every single day. Indie Impressions going strong for nearly, 376, 77 days now. We're going to keep it going, keep the train rolling. As long as you stay interested, I'm going to keep looking for indie games. There's still thousands more to go find. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you back again tomorrow. Have a lovely night. Talk to you later.